Hey guys, this is Andrew with Curious Tech, and today we have a new product. It's the Asus RT AX82U, and this is a wireless router to replace what we currently have in the house, which is our ISP provided router. The main reason for upgrading today is connectivity throughout the house. I have really good connection when I'm downstairs or around the router. It's just once you go upstairs, even if I go directly above, which is just the ceiling itself blocking at a distance of about 12 foot, still having connective issues. I don't want to move the router upstairs, and I don't want to, mainly for gaming purposes. We know where it's important to have a wired connection, and that would be at the system that I have here. I really don't want to run any wires through the walls or through the ceiling from upstairs, so the best option was for me is just to get a new wireless router. I also wanted to take advantage of Wi-Fi 6, which is the newest Wi-Fi technology, and not only is it faster, better connection, nothing too noticeable, but when it comes to speeds, but you can get better battery life out of devices that connect to Wi-Fi 6, such as your phone or a tablet or anything of that nature. So that's another upgrade, a reason for upgrading, because the other option was to go and just do Wi-Fi extenders throughout the house, and Xfinity does offer that with their provided router. However, I wanted something faster. The nice thing about this is if my connectivity issues doesn't reach to the far stretches of the house, it does have AI mesh where you can interlink different Asus routers together in order to get full connection throughout your house. I don't think that's going to be an issue. This is a split level home, 3-bedroom split level home, so this really should take care of any of the connective issues that I'm having. One neat thing about this is this product will prioritize for gaming. It'll prioritize connections, so it automatically, whatever is hardwired to this router is going to automatically get that, is automatically going to be prioritized. It is also available wirelessly, and you can choose which device for gaming, along with your mobile device. There's an app you can download, and well, when you need lower latency and faster speeds, you have that ability with this router. So let's go ahead and open this up, and we'll take a look at what we have inside. Another neat feature is RGB. So, not necessity, but hey, some like to believe it gives more frames per second. So, set that there. And let's see what we have inside. All right, so just some simple instructions on basic how to set it up, and you have your router. Okay. Very nice. And let's see what the I/O is on the back here. Looks like we have 4 LAN ports, 1 WAN, and then we got 3.0 Bluetooth, your power. Oh, and it has WPS connection, which is nice. Anytime you're trying to connect a device and you don't want to have to deal with putting in the password or anything like that, WPS can be handy. Also has a reset button, and it also has a nice sleek look. Okay, got the instruction manual, power cord, and a Ethernet cord, which will be getting used. So the next step is going to be putting this together and running some tests. However, I would like to share the current results that I have. This is the desktop PC that Xfinity, my current router, is connected through, and this is hardwired. So we'll go ahead and run that test. I did run the test with my cell phone, which I'm using to record with, so I'm not able to show any kind of live footage there. Oh, and real quick, this is another issue I'm having with the Xfinity internet. I'll click on websites, I'll navigate. You saw that little pause there when I hit start. It took a minute for it to start. So it's always hesitating through our Wi-Fi connection and just a direct connection like we have here, which is very annoying. As you can see, we have fast internet. It's 700 megabits per second wired connection. But there is latency before this ever even starts. So this 8 millisecond ping, I wouldn't consider any of that as true to the connectivity that we do have in this house. However, Wi-Fi with the phone, we have 605 megabits per second download speed and upload of 17. So it's very similar, and the ping on the wireless connection was 13 milliseconds, and that was right here in front of the Wi-Fi with my phone. So that, I was very close, so of course speeds are a little bit quicker. I couldn't today even get it to run a speed test directly upstairs above where this camera footage is. And like I said, that's only about not even 12 foot with the ceiling, but connectivity should be better than that, at least, you would think. So I'm gonna go ahead and install the Asus wireless router. We'll run these same tests to make sure that our download speeds are about the same. And I'll also be able to share with you guys a little bit more on the connectivity throughout the house and how well my Wi-Fi is doing after the new install. And we have the Asus AX82U wireless router installed. And the differences are huge for my household anyways. Very good results. So far as running a speed test, however, on the hardwire, really didn't see much of a difference and didn't expect to, because that is a hard line going from the router modem to the desktop that I have here. However, the differences over Wi-Fi was tremendous. Not only am I seeing faster speed, download speed, and this is of course running speed tests from my cell phone right here, so I'm within a couple feet of the router, but there is 100 megabits per second difference, about 115. The upload speed's about a megabit faster, and a little bit lower ping times, and the lower the better there with your ping times. So as advertised, it is a faster connection, especially wireless. The other good news is I can go anywhere in my house now using 5 gigahertz, and I'm getting a connection with fast speeds. The furthest point in my house, which is through about 4 or 5 walls and the ceiling, there's quite a bit obstructing it, but I still get 3 bars on the Wi-Fi, and speed test runs on my phone at about 165 megabits per second. So it is slower because of the distance. However, that is still a respectable speed. And that's something that going from no connectivity to something is huge. And the fact that it's on the 5 gigahertz network still. And you can reduce that down to 2.5 gigahertz or 2.4 gigahertz wireless network. And that is nice to have as well for even further connectivity. 2.4, you're gonna be able to reach a further distance and still be connected to Wi-Fi. However, 2.4 is a much lower speed, because that'll cut down the speed well over half from 5 gigahertz. One thing I do recommend when setting up your new wireless network through Asus is I prefer to have 2 different connections, the 5 gigahertz and the 2.4 gigahertz connection. You can have them all as one user or wireless username, and devices will switch from 2.4 to 5 gigahertz automatically based on connectivity and speeds. However, some older devices have trouble, I've found, going from the 2.4 switching back to the 5 gigahertz connection. So what I like to do, especially with my smart home devices, which I'm about to go through now, reconnect everything on the Wi-Fi. I like to have those two connections of 5 gigahertz and 2.4 gigahertz because I can choose now which bandwidth I want it to run on. And that 5 gigahertz, if I've got the connection, I want it to always run on that band. There's less connectivity on 5 gigahertz, so interference of like neighbors, because like I said, 2.4 gigahertz will reach further, so you're getting in the same, like any neighbors that you have with Wi-Fi and stuff, most likely they're running 2.4 as well. So there's interference possibilities there. Probably not gonna happen, but 5 gigahertz is used less, so there's not as much interference or chances of interference, and it's faster speed as well. So that's just a recommendation I have, is to set them up separate instead of together. Should notice a difference and should never be stuck on 2.4 gigahertz from the auto change if I was not to separate the connection. And what that simply looks like is, let's just go down here, Wi-Fi. Just turned it on, and you can see I've got Birch and Birch again. Birch underscore 5G is your 5 gigahertz, and then Birch with nothing next to it is the 2.4. So you can choose between which network you want, is simply what that is. I like to be in control and I don't want auto switching. So the 5 gigahertz is probably what I'm gonna be using the most there. Anyways, I appreciate anyone that wanted to watch and see the review on the Asus AX82U. It is priced a little over $200. You know, except for when it's on sale. I highly recommend this though, even though it is an investment. $200 isn't cheap, but I have connectivity throughout my entire house on a fast 5 gigahertz network, and I'm not using any adapters or extenders, which I really do not like, because that does cut down on speed as you use extenders, and I want just one central router in the house. The RGB that you do get with it is kind of nice if that's your thing. There's a button on top that you can simply just hit it. It'll change some of the settings. You can turn it off, turn it back on. Also through the through just router.asus.com, where that's also where you're going to set up everything. You're able to change that RGB how you like. You can also download their app, which I would recommend. Because you can do a lot of controlling from there, like parental controls, giving access to different devices, and just seeing what's on your network, which is all things I think, if you know how to do that, I really recommend to always do that in order to keep an eye on your network and see what kind of activity is going on. Anyways, that'll just bring us to the end of this video. I'll have a link in the description below to where you can find this product. And again, highly recommend it. This split level, 3-bedroom home, and zero connectivity, and anywhere on the property now outside, which is about a 1-acre lot, I'm able to get connectivity through this router now without any issues. And thanks for watching the vid today, and have a good day.